Hello, everybody, and welcome to Washington, where the Capitals and the Buffalo Sabres get ready to drop the puck here tonight, as the Buffalo Sabres are one win away from the Stanley Cup Final. Is a good chance from Tom Wilson as he skated right down Main Street for the first shot on net. Here's another chance from Wilson as they hit a shin pad. Good start for Washington. Backs against the wall, down 3-0 in the Eastern Conference Final. Nice move by Benson, a shot. It got blocked out in front. Pass chipped away in the corner. Ovechkin will play it up over to Wilson, and he gets tripped up. Good start for Tom Wilson of the Washington Capitals as they draw an early penalty, and now they are headed to the power play early here in the first period. Rasmus Dahlin, one of Buffalo's best penalty killers here in the postseason, sits in the box for two. Washington on the power play. It has not been good in this series because of this man right here, Peyton Krebs, has been all over the penalty kill. He's got the puck yet again. Now he works in a shot. That's Buffalo's first of the period. Came short-handed. A big hit behind the play has caused a stoppage in the Washington zone, and I'll bring in my partner, Bob.
Well, Colin, it's been a good series for the Buffalo defensemen, especially that man right there, Owen Power. He's been physical. They've been hard to play against, and they haven't really given Washington much.
They saw one here by Doan. Shen looks for a shot. He gets hit. And now Leonard will play it up over to Frank, who's got Leonard with him. A shot. Steered aside there by Luukkonen. As now it's played back into the corner. Shen is on it. Luke Shen will dump it down the ice and outside of the Buffalo zone. Washington will go back for it. Buffalo one win away from the Stanley Cup Final berth for the first time in their franchise in a very, very long time. As Luukkonen makes a couple of big stops. A shot ramped off of a stick and went wide. Good power play for Washington. Byram gets it over to Zucker, and the Buffalo Sabres will get the puck deep with 40 seconds to go in the power play. Doan gets in on a forecheck on the penalty kill, as he'll keep the puck out in front. Slides in on Thompson as he'll hold on. Shots are 4-1 Washington. Power play of 31 seconds left in it. Luke Shen showing why he is number one on the power and penalty kill besides Rasmus Dahlin for defenseman with that collision down low in the corner.
A great hit there by Schenner. Good work here by the Buffalo Sabres to try to get the puck in deep and keep that thing down in the Washington zone.
There's Stanley with a shot that deflected wide. And now it's played back onto the stick here of Strome. He works his way in on Stanley. Another shot easily turned aside there by Luukkonen. Play back up to the top. This one blocked, and Connor Carrick now will skate out with it. Carrick around the D. Penalty has expired. Carrick backdoor! Great save there by Logan Thompson. Krebs pulled. Stanley shot, and another save by Logan Thompson. 15:30 to go. Buffalo kills the penalty. Logan Thompson makes this brilliant stop to keep it 0-0. Take a look at Alex Tuch's numbers there. 5 goals, 9 assists. Coming into Game 4 here, the Eastern Conference Final. He's had a great series. Face-off one, Stanley with a blast, and it's into the glove of Thompson.
He has had a very good series, and one thing that Lindy Ruff has really mentioned is that the Capitals' top line is very quick on the offensive breakouts, and Tuch just always has that stick that's always in the lane.
There's a shot from Tage Thompson, smothered by Logan Thompson. Yet again, and now the shots are all even up, 5 apiece. Buffalo has an opportunity to book their ticket to the Stanley Cup Final. And then tomorrow night, Dallas has the same chance, as their series is also 3-0 with a big win on the road in Anaheim. A Buffalo chant going on here at Capital One Arena. That puck slides in on Luukkonen. They're going to count it as a shot. And now here's Benson, works his way in. The young shifty winger works his way through, but Faravari with the poke check, and now it's up over to Lenson. Works his way down the ice. The slap shot will send it into the corner. Thompson has the puck now. Tries to feed it up the ice. This is going to go past all the D, and it will be an icing Buffalo.
Buffalo's done a really good job on the penalty kill throughout the postseason, but this series, it has been a key factor. That is a great chance for Washington to get up and in the lead. They had the count on the shots, and Luukkonen and the Sabres get through another penalty kill early in this period.
Luukkonen made a good stop on Ovechkin there. Here's Wilson off the wall. Beat Luukkonen, but not the post. Pass back up to the point. A shot, another one off the iron. Washington coming close. 2 posts in the shift. Top line out with a tired Buffalo Sabres group. Off that icing, and now a penalty to Washington. Off a great shift, Tom Wilson takes an unnecessary cross-check on Tage Thompson. And the Buffalo Sabres, who were under siege, the Capitals hit 2 posts. And now Buffalo's 41% power play goes to work here in the first period. Their first opportunity. It's won there by Leonard and sent down the ice from Washington. All power plays in tonight's game are brought to you by the Tim Hortons Ice Hockey Challenge. Make your picks today at the Tim Hortons app. Here's a trip for Quinn. And now, just like that, it is a 5-on-3 for Buffalo.
Roy, excuse me. He's going to take the trip here. Goes for the hip check. Quinn with a great little stutter step. Beats him out wide. And this is just a penalty you cannot take if you're Washington. Puts you down 2 men.
Lindy Ruff has thrown out the Thompson line. You are tired, but Thompson wins the draw, and he won it so clean. Byram has to go back for it, but he'll get zone entry due to the 5-on-3. Byram in the middle. Tuck was gonna shoot, but he stopped up. Dahlin is there. Back to Tuck. Buffalo gets the setup they want. Dahlin. Tuck. Across the ice to Benson. Fires a shot. Saved there by Thompson. Camp. Hit there by Tuck behind the net. And now Chychrun will dump it down the ice for Washington. First 5-on-3 for Buffalo in the series. Thompson plays over to Dahlin. Holds, waits, shot! Saved that by Thompson.
Great work there for Logan Thompson. Smart move by Dahlin to get the shot off. Alex Tuch can't talk much more about how great he is. Look at this hit down low on David Kemp. They don't get the puck, but just a massive collision down in the corner. Good forecheck on the power play.
Second unit back out on the ice for Buffalo. 47 seconds left on the 5-on-3 penalty. As this puck is sent down, but not up past the red line, and Byram will get in. Byram will stop. He gets some open ice. Byram, and another good save by Logan Thompson.
One thing that a lot of teams tend to do is overpass on the 5-on-3. Buffalo's defense has done this twice. Got some open ice, get into the slot, fire a shot on net.
Van Riemsdyk now will send this puck just outside the zone. Power is there to find Clutch. As now he skates in, pumps the brakes, feeds in the middle to Josh Dool, another shot. Saved by Thompson, and he'll cover yet again.
I really like the Buffalo power play. They're getting good looks. Thompson's just making save after save here on the power play.
Camp with another face-off win, and Washington the best face-off team in the postseason. With the 4 teams that remain, do it again. 5-on-3 has expired. The lead feed pass will send down the ice, and that will be icing with 20 seconds to go in the Buffalo power play.
Your best penalty killer has to be your goaltender. And that is what Logan Thompson's doing.
Another face-off win by Washington, but Buffalo prevails. Quinn to Power. tries to get through Faravari. Good play there by him. And now here's Duhane shooting. Good stop there by Luukkonen. Massive kill for Washington. They kill off the 5-on-3. Quinn gets the puck back for Buffalo. Quinn passes it over to Zucker. Feeds it down low to Doan, Doan holds, fires a wrist shot, tipped in front. And a good save there by Logan Thompson yet again. Right in the middle. A shot. Steered aside by Luukkonen. That will go up into the mesh and out of play. 6:42 to go. Lots of action. Buffalo and Washington tied at 0. You're watching the NHL Stanley Cup Playoffs on Flow Hockey and YouTube.
Tipping is out of control these days.
Swayman, a tough one for a goaltender.
Everywhere you look. Tape.
Under the arm of Sarles.
Sometimes all they did was stand it.
This goes off the left leg. That's pretty much how you're going to beat Markstrom.
It's always when you're trying to save.
No chance for Ottinger.
What? I love tipping.
We're back here in Washington. Buffalo and the Capitals tied at 0. 6:40 to go in the first. A shot from the point was steered aside there by Luukkonen. This has been a stop and start first period with a couple of penalties and lots of whistles. Here in this period number 1, a shot. Another save by Thompson. This time he'll play it out. Fourth line shift for Buffalo as they haven't been out on the ice in quite some time due to the power play and the penalty kill back to back. Greenway now on it. Feeds it up over to Kozak. He's in. Here's Kozak drives the net. And the puck is loose. Thompson's found it behind him. As he'll hold on and get a whistle for the Capitals. Face off to the right of Logan Thompson. Cage lines into the draw. Wins it back to Byram. A shot. They hit a body out in front. Never made it to the net. Wilson plays it back over to Obi. He stands up Bowen Byram. And Byram is shaking up after that one. Here's Benson now. Works his way in. Benson holds, drags, and a good save there by Thompson. Logan Thompson making save after save here late in the first. Darlene to Tage Thompson. Couldn't pull the trigger. Benson. Darlene. Byram with a blast. It got tipped out in front. Another save. Ovechkin slides it down the ice. Darlene is there. Fans getting into it here in Washington. Going Byram now. Works his way in. Line mates are changing. Byram with a shot. Saved there by Logan Thompson. Roy has the puck for Washington. Feeds up over to Beauvillier. Darlene pinching, but Frank gets the puck out. Frank trying to get around Peyton Krebs. A shot off the angle. Stopped there by Luukkonen. Byram has got it and will slide it back into his goaltender, who will cover it up and get a whistle. 19.2 seconds remaining here in the first period as Tom Wilson, a late hit on Darlene, not called. Buffalo wanted a penalty. They're not going to get it. Alex Ovechkin sits on top of the leaderboard for the most hits in the postseason. He's recorded his 62nd hit. That was on Bowen Byram on that reverse hit. Pass up to Carrick, 5 seconds left. The slap shot wide. And that will pretty much do it for the first period of play, here in Washington for Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Final. We are locked in at 0. The goaltenders putting on a show. Power plays, neg. Let's see what the second period has for us next.
There, because this is a team that only won 39 games during the regular season. They were in what's Connor McDavid famously called the pillow fight division. They got through. Colorado gets out, but timing and injuries play a huge factor in this one lane.
It's everything in this series to me. First of all, Vegas played exceptionally well, and their goaltender was good. Their star players played well. They did everything they needed to do. The penalty killing, the power play. They look like a team possessed to win a Stanley Cup. Colorado side, you start the series without Makar, and that hurt the team. And then McKinnon gets banged up, that hurts the team. But all in all, that's part of the game, man. That's part of being in the National Hockey League. Vegas, they deserve all the credit in the world for what they accomplished. And their best players are playing the best. Marner's playing exceptional. Eichel's playing well. Stone is playing well. They got everything going in the right direction. Now they're going to get a rest and they'll regroup and they'll be ready for the finals.
Yeah, and the big thing for me, I'm looking at the Vegas Golden Knights, their goaltending. You know, before Torts got there, their save percentage for the goal was .874. Right. After Torts got there, .923. So it's the same team, different goaltending. Carter Hart, Hank has been outstanding, making key saves for that hockey club. And Brett's talked about all their big players up front doing what they do. Yeah. But that doesn't happen unless you get the solid goaltending behind you.
Yeah, and I have to say, one of Torts' biggest strengths as a coach is really to get everybody to buy in to the defensive structure of your game to have success. So you could see it. And when you look at Vegas versus Colorado, I feel like Vegas have so many players that steps up. They have so many different lines driving the bus for them. With the Avs, it comes down to two really important players. And yes, when you do have injuries the way they had here, it has such a big effect on the team. So I just feel like Vegas had more guys they could rely on, more lines that they could rely on. And with that great structure, especially in their own end, with Carter Hart obviously playing amazing.
I mean, you guys pretty much touched on everything. I'll probably go towards the penalty kill and what they've been able to do. I mean, it's been incredible. At one point in the playoffs, they'd scored 4 goals. I mean, Marner, 4 primary assists shorthanded. So they've negated a lot of good teams in Utah. And then in the second round, I'm drawing a blank here. Anaheim as well. Like, these are some high firepowered offenses that had great power plays, including maybe not Colorado so much at the beginning of the year, but towards the end when they picked up Kadri. And they've just been doing an exceptional job killing penalties. And then amongst, like I said, everything else, goaltending, Jack Eichel, like they've had a lot of superstars step up at key times.
Yeah. And one of the things we talked about with Colorado, which was, I still can't put my finger on it, as good as they were and they led the league defensively, that their power play was non-existent really. And there's so many weapons on that power play, and the power play in some ways let them down in that series. But as you said, Biz, Vegas killed penalties exceptionally well. Getting Carlson back in that lineup playing the way he's playing, they were a good opponent. Vegas deserves all the credit in the world.
Buffalo trying to do what Vegas did, IRL, and head to the Stanley Cup final with a sweep. Can they do it on enemy soil? Let's see what the second period has in store for us here tonight. Bowen Byram has the puck now for Buffalo. Plays up over to Benson. Steers to the side in the middle. A high shot. First period. Another save there by Luukkonen to start the second. 2 big saves. And they'll play down in the corner. That's the second highest shot period to open up an Eastern Conference game. Here's a nice move by Thompson. And saved by Logan. Great play there by Tage Thompson. Another massive hit there by Tom Wilson. Shots are 14 apiece. Thompson with a face-off win. Power back over to Shen. Fires a shot. Blocked by Ovi. Now he's got the puck. Still looking for his first goal of this series. Slid down low. Roy. Back up top. Chikrin fires. It hit a stick out in front and never made it to the net. Another pass. This time it does. Ovi with a chance. Great save. Luukkonen. He robs Ovechkin. Now here comes Buffalo. Another good start to the period for Washington. Season series on the line for the Capitals. Poked away there by Power. Buffalo, President Trophy winners. Holds the puck. Here's Doan. Lost it. Now here's Sordiff. He was behind the D, but Doan got back. Sordiff hit there by Doan. And now the puck gets played over to Power. So the President Trophy's curse did affect Colorado IRL. Let's see if it affects the Buffalo Sabres. Right now they are pretty good. 1 win away as another shot stuffed there by Thompson as he'll cover and get a whistle.
Good work there by Luukkonen. Couple of big stops to start this second period off. Buffalo's been good on the bounce back, but Luukkonen, he hasn't had a lot to to face. It's game one where the Capitals came out hot. But here tonight, with the Capitals season on the line, he's been tested, and he's been good.
Mallinston with a shot. It got tipped wide. Mallinston again. Back here to Clutch. To Mallinston. Across the Stanley shot. Glove save. There by Thompson as he'll hold. Yuri Kluich, maybe? I don't know how to say his name. Kluich. We'll go with Kluich. Face up on there by Krebs. Stanley back over to Mallinston. Another shot from the point from Buffalo. This time blocked by the Capitals. Now it's kept in. Here's Krebs. Nice move. Saved there by Thompson. And Carrick couldn't get the rebound. What a juicy rebound Logan Thompson just gave out.
Gotta watch that. That's when you know a goalie starts to get shaky.
Camp out in the slot. Played it up over here to Kluich. Who will hold. Waits, finds reinforcements off the bench. It's Bowen. Byram's shot! Got through, and Thompson will hold on. .10:30 to go here in the second. We still await our first goal of this hockey game. Game 4, Eastern Conference Final. Colin Spence, Bob Sutherland, alongside with you here in Washington. Ripped in along the wall. Played back. Here's a pass up top. And Duham will try to feed it across. Broken up there by Danforth. Turned over the puck here, sort of with a shot. Gets blocked. Greenway on it. Chips it off the wall, and it's outside the Buffalo zone. Big hit there inside the Buffalo end, and it's played back over to Byram. Darlene to Greenway. Up top here to Danforth. 2-on-1. Danforth holds, waits, delays, shoots, and a save there by Thompson. 7:55 to go. Buffalo's getting close. You're watching the Stanley Cup Eastern Conference Final on Flow Hockey and Twitch TV. We're back here in Washington, 0-0 in the second period. 7:55 to go. Game 4, Eastern Conference Final. Washington beat out Columbus to get here, and then New York to make it to the Eastern Conference Final. A pass over to Zucker that gets out of his reach. Played down low, Chikrin is on it, and he'll feed it up along the wall here to Strome. Works his way in, broken up there, and now Luukkonen will play it up over to Quinn, who feeds it across over to Doan. Here's Josh Doan now, works it in, a backhand shot, stopped there by Thompson, puck gets slid into the corner. Roy is there, Ovi has Zucker on him, it's knocked away there by Washington. Play back, steered aside there by Buffalo, and Zucker is now on it. Feeds it up over to Stanley, back over to Mallinston, and he will rip a shot in and blew up his stick, so he'll have to go to the bench and get another one. Buffalo beat out Pittsburgh in round number 1 and then defended really hard against Tampa Bay, and that's how they got here. Here's Tuck now, works his way in, backdoor feed, and a chance out in front was broken up there by Alexei Protas, who's been so good. Probably the Capitals' best forward all playoffs long. He's been dangerous here in this series. Tuck stops up, lost the puck, gets it back, and he'll hold the puck now. Tuck to Benson. Works his way in on the right side. Down to the left, the shot, stopped there by Thompson. And he'll play it out over to Van Riemsdyk. Turned it over. Thompson trying to feed it in the middle. Is broken up there by Chikrin. Power hits him. Wilson picks up the puck though for Washington. They head north. And it's steered aside there by Luke Shen. Tage Thompson now takes a hit but stays on the puck. Tage Thompson in. Fire save there by Logan Thompson. 14.7 seconds to go Green Krebs will line up for the face-off. Baravari off the Washington win. Plays over to Moroschenko, who will skate over the blue line. The second left. Good hit by Bowen Byram. And that will get us to the second intermission. We still await our first goal of game number 4. We are heading to the third period. Logan Thompson, again, shining bright in the Washington net.
Right, which was on the scoreboard, one-sided, the other way, and this didn't even feel remotely that close, did it?
Not tonight. It was a men against the boys tonight. You could see a team that really believes they're a Stanley Cup contender, that they really believe in the system they play. Starts with that fourth line who he starts in the beginning of the hockey games, and they set the tone to get pucks in deep, cycle, take the body, pound, and then the skilled players go out there and they do their thing. Defensively, Kandre Miller's playing as well as I've ever seen a defenseman play in the Stanley Cup playoffs. He's just solid offensively, but defensively, nobody can get around him. He's like a brick wall, and when he's not out there, Slavin is. So they've got everything going right now. When Anderson had to be good tonight, he was really good.
They're both like an octopus. It's almost like they have 8 arms out there, both Miller and Slavin using that long reach, keeping the Montreal Canadiens to the outside, transporting the puck through the neutral zone, lugging the puck out of their zone, Hank. But I also like the way that Aho and Svechnikov got on the board. Yes, Svechnikov's goal is an empty net goal. They all count at the end of the day, and Sebastian Aho continues to play well after being net front presence last game in overtime and then scoring a power play goal in this match.
Yeah, and talk about Miller. You know, I remember first time I saw him on the ice, he showed up in New York and during training camp, and I couldn't believe the skill, his toolbox. You watch him practice and play, it's like this guy's going to be good, but as a defenseman, a lot of times it's about understanding your position and gaps, and I feel like it's taken him a couple of years to reach this level now, but to Wayne's point, the way he's playing right now, he really has taken so many steps from when he entered the league. But again, when you break down his game, he's big, he can skate, he can shoot, he can be physical. But to me, it's his timing now, and his reads are really on point. So it's impressive to watch.
I think it's
Fans on their feet here at Capital One Arena, where the Capitals and the Buffalo Sabres are facing off here for the third period. 0-0, Game 4. Buffalo does lead this series, 3-0. They are 1 win away from Stanley Cup final berth. And here's Tuck now, works his way in. Tage Thompson, back over to Captain Darlene with a blast, and a save there by Logan Thompson as we send it down to Bob Sutherland. Bob, what do you got?
Well, this is what I have. The Buffalo Sabres, they went into the tunnel after period number 2 with positive mindsets. They've come out here in the third period. They were all ready to go. Lindy Ruff was in the dressing room. I was catching a little bit of what he was saying outside, basically saying what we're doing is not good enough. I think Buffalo had dominated that second period. I think they've been probably the more dominant team with puck possession and ozone time, but they're never settling. They're 0-0. They want this thing wrapped up tonight.
Here's Tuck trying to start that off here in the third period. A pass out in front to Benson. It was turned aside. One thing that you got to give Washington credit for is their defensive play. Here's Strome now in. Good save there by Luukkonen. Pass down low. Feeds it back up top. A shot. Steered aside by Luukkonen again. Good bounce back shift here for the Capitals after starting in their own zone here in the third. They keep the puck alive. Here's Roy with a shot. Broken up there by Benson, and he tried the lead feed past the Tuck, who has Thompson with him. Tage Thompson, nice move in, and he couldn't drag it through.
You tried it. You tried the little curl and drag.
Here's Sordiff now in. A shot stopped there by Luukkonen. Shots are 23-19 in favor of Buffalo. Quinn is on it. He'll stop up. Waits. Fires a shot. It was tipped in front. Steered aside. Now Doan on it. Here's Doan. Power shooting. It got deflected. I think Thompson got a piece of that one. Played up over to Faravari. He feeds it up onto the stick here at Leonard. Backdoor Bovillier! Great move saved by Luukkonen. That's the Washington Capitals' best chance here of the game, was that little dish in front. Shen up top here to Zucker. Here comes Buffalo back the other way. The vet, Jason Zucker, sends it down low, and that's turned aside there by Washington. Beauvillier hit there by Shen. Power with a good stick, and he'll have the puck behind the Washington net, and they're booing Owen Power here in Washington. Kulich is on it now for Buffalo. Takes a hit, but sends the puck up. Van Riemsdyk was there for Washington. He gets pressured by Krebs. They'll play it up over to Beauvillier. It's hit there by Carrick, and now here's Kulich. He may have a step beyond the Washington D. Backhand saved there by Thompson. He'll hold on. 10:45 to go here in the third period. Ryan Leonard was sent down the tunnel moments ago from this hit by Owen Power. That is why the Capitals are booing him when he touches the puck here tonight.
Good news, see him back on the bench. Went down the tunnel after the hit, came back. Now he's just holding the arm. He's got some ice on it, putting some rub on that. Could be just a muscle or a joint or something.
Shot by Stanley, blocked, and now that puck went offside at the Washington zone. Third line for Buffalo, Kulich, Krebs, and Carrick have been so good for the Sabres here in the postseason. Stanley, the big man, works his way down low. Here's a pass across, and it was turned back over here to Lapierre. Tries to work it over to Marchenko. Lapierre gets in the lineup due to McMichael injury. Here's a bouncing puck out in front. Buffalo gets it. Krebs to Stanley. Wires one. Saved there by Thompson. Lapierre. Big hit in front. Greenway is on it. Fourth line out for Buffalo. Here's Greenway now. Works his way in. Drives to the net, and it slid out in front. We're under 10 to go here in the third. Leonard back out on the ice. Feeds it over to Lapierre. Hit a skate and went off the stick of Luukkonen, and now Buffalo's Danforth gets the puck behind the net, and he will let Buffalo set up. Danforth takes a hit. Feeds it up over to Greenway. Tries to drop it back. No one's home except for Bowen Byram, who was coming off the bench for a change. And now here's Dahlin. Works his way in. Nice move. Dahlin goes behind the net. Wraps it around. Up top, Thompson across the Byram. Scores! Bowen Byram's second goal of the postseason. It's a big one. And the Buffalo Sabres have struck first here in the third period.
Great work by Dahlin. Great zone entry. Keeps the puck alive. Up to the point. Thompson's got pressure. Slides it over to Bowen Byram, who gets all of this one. Low blocker on Logan Thompson. And now Buffalo has the lead. They are in total control with under 8 to go here in the third period. And now it's gut check time for the Capitals.
Another point for Rasmus Dahlin and Tage Thompson, who now bumps up to 14 points, tied for the league lead here in the postseason, as he has just been stellar all year long for Buffalo. And now Dahlin rips it in the corner. Plays it back. Chips it away. Here's Sordiff. Back down low. Here's Lundstedt on the rebound. It was stopped there by Buffalo. Thompson to Dahlin. Fires a shot. Steered aside there. Thompson with a great play. Roy now is on it. Duhaime now gets behind the D. Here's Duhaime, scores! Brendan Duhaime ties the game at 1 in the third period for Washington, and they still are alive. 3:21 to go. And the Capitals keep their season alive right now. They're 1-1 as there's a big hit. Sends the Capital into the Buffalo bench. Looks like it was Wilson that took a little spill. Here's Quinn now. Gets behind the Washington D and is stopped there by Logan Thompson. Bowen Byram has had himself quite the game so far here tonight. And he finally gets rewarded. He's been all over the puck. He's been physical. Thompson lines in for the draw. Lindy Ruff puts the big boys out on the ice for Buffalo right after a shift. As big hit down low. Tuck is slow to get up after that collision with Ovi. Here's Strome now. Works his way in. Good hit by Owen Power on Strome. Face-off won there by Washington, but it came up Buffalo. Here's Zucker shooting. It ramped off of a stick. Doan jumps into a loose puck. We're down to a minute to go. Next goal should win it. Here's Doan. The Power trying to get it. And it's blocked there by Beauvillier. He will skate it up over to Ryan Leonard. Him and Power come together yet again. Another big hit along the wall, and here's Doan. Feeds it across. Here's Luke Shen. Plays it back. Lost it. And now it's Faravari. Doan now on the puck. To Shen. Buffalo trying to get something going. 21 seconds left here in game number 4. Here's Alexi Protas. He's the guy you want the puck on his stick. Great block there by Buffalo. Great A chance for Washington. Zucker to Thompson. He takes a hit, and the puck gets sent down into the ice. With 3 seconds to go, Faravari poke check by Zucker, and that will do it for the third period of play. 1-1. It's a tight one here in Washington. As we have a next goal wins. Will Buffalo head to the Stanley Cup final, or will we have a game 5?
He started off as a forward before he made that transition, became a D-man, did a tremendous job of developing there at University of Wisconsin, the Badgers, and it's just taken him some time, and he's a big guy too. I would say you're 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", you're going to take a little bit more time than a guy that's maybe 5'10", 5'11", because you're going to grow into your body and feel comfortable and put on that man strength. It looks like he's doing it right now.
Yeah, look at Chara is a great example of that. He turned into one of the elite defensemen ever, but the first couple of years he was a different defenseman than he was at the end. But Miller, I can't say enough good things about how good he's playing.
Yeah, he's rewarded highest ice time as far as the Carolina Hurricanes tonight, but it was 4 lines. It was 6D. Their fourth line got their 11 minutes. Everybody was contributing offensively. Everybody had the same mentality, especially in that third period. 19 shots. Like, they didn't sit back and protect that 3-0 lead. Like, they kept coming at them wave after wave after wave. They were physical. You could see the frustration. Anderson was trying to get something going, maybe even getting a fight there against Chatfield. Yep. And also you saw Keandre as well. You see Carrier with the slash to the back of, I believe it was Aho's leg, or maybe Taylor Hall. So they were frustrated. They look exhausted, and it looks like finally all that hockey is caught up to them. And thank God for Dobish, who, by the way, half the crowd was still here chanting his name as that clock wore down. If it wasn't for him, this could have been 7 or 8.
So since game 2, Montreal, look at the shots right there. Game 3 and game 4 specifically. Obviously, game 2, just the 12 shots for Montreal. 33 shots total for them. Since game 2, 43 shots tonight on the other end of things. I do wonder this. We talked about losing overtime games and how you bounce back from that. At least you're in those games, right? This is different.
It felt different tonight. A hockey game, it's about 50-50 battles, hundreds of them. And Montreal lost most of them. And you could tell the first 4 minutes in this hockey game, they're like, wow, they're in one right now, because you could see they were off in the battle level, execution, the number of missed passes, missed opportunities taking pucks to the net. They looked tired. They really did.
They were a step behind, and that split second of hesitation is all Carolina needs in order to close their gaps, get their sticks in lanes, disrupt pucks, and it was all night. And once again, it was just pure frustration where they couldn't make a tape-to-tape pass. And as you mentioned, Hank, like the first 5 minutes, it's like this is the response you get from really having nothing in the second half of last game as well, but yet still being in it. So even if you go back the last 3 games, as far as third periods and even overtime last game, 12 shots on net. That's just not going to cut out in the second half of the game.
I shall kill you. You can try. A big army only means more tries.
So, overtime, how did we get here? Well, it's been 0-0 all game long. And then it was Bowen Byram with 6 minutes to go in the period with a goal that put Buffalo up 1-0. Washington's hopes looked slim until Brandon Duhaime got them on the board, tied at 1. Here's a shot for the point. Saved there by Luukkonen. Ovi's first on it. He's got Dahlin out in front. A great save there by Luukkonen. It was a glorious chance for Tom Wilson. Tuck back to Benson. Here's Buffalo's first chance of overtime. Stopped by Logan Thompson. Face-off won by Tage again. Here's Byram, the Buffalo goal scorer. Dahlin. Sabres get it set up. Benson. Dahlin tipped in front. Saved there by Logan Thompson. Ovechkin now has it. Some nervous fans here. Patiently await. Here's Tom Wilson with a chance. Stopped there by Luukkonen. Patiently await to see if they're going to have a game number 5, where Buffalo is headed to the Cup final. Here's Benson shooting, tipped in front. Another good save by Logan Thompson. Sort of trying to make a move. A great stick by Shen. Power to Quinn. He's been very good here tonight, all series long. Quinn down low to Josh Doan. Quinn tried to smash it home. And Leonard back out on the ice. 2-on-1 for Washington in overtime. Power breaks it up. Now a lead feed pass over to Quinn. Feeds it across over to Luke Shen. He will get it inside the zone. Shen will get it set up for Buffalo. Quinn can't pull the trigger. Holds and delays. Back to Shen. Waits. Fires a shot high. Stopped by Thompson. Dylan Strome showing his physicality here in overtime. Shots are 33-28 in favor of the Sabres. I'd like to say that Washington has had the 2 best chances of overtime, but Buffalo's got more shots. Here's Kluich. Tries to hold it in. I think he held the puck a little bit too long, and here comes Washington. Faravari. Carrick with a great defensive play. Stanley to Shen, up to Kulich, and now he's in. Here's Kulich trying to fire a shot again, just couldn't pull the trigger. Leonard tries to work his way around Stanley. He does. Pass out in front. They score! Anthony Beauvillier has given the Washington Capitals life yet again. They win it in overtime. They win their first game of the Eastern Conference Final. And we are headed back to Buffalo for Game 5. What a game. What an ending on a nothing burger play in overtime. Anthony Beauvillier strikes again, and his great postseason continues at least for one more game. Washington sends it back to Buffalo for Game 5.